Hey group, today we're going to set out to catch some snakes using these G's, crawdad, and minnow traps. Now we'll be setting up quite a few of these around the barn, the house, the flower beds, all these places where people are walking around and pets are likely to be. Now the idea here is living out in the country, we probably don't even notice a tenth of what we step over or walk past all the time. Out of all the snakes that we're hopefully going to trap, a few garters, rat snakes, things like that, those are fine. But what will probably surprise people is whenever it gets dark at night, things go bump. So rattlesnakes, coral snakes, copperheads, water moccasins, you name it, they're out there in the places that you think are secure. Let's go ahead and trap. We'll set out all these. Over the course of the next week, we'll find out what's going on when we're not looking. Let's go. Let's go ahead and put one back here inside the barn as the rain fizzles out. Nice little solar panel. That'll work. Guys, the evening has gotten away from us a bit with all that rain, but our last location is going to be this old well house. It still functions. Now in the summertime, the insulation keeps this building cool, which the geckos and the snakes kind of like. If you know anything about wells, this is a water well, they come on all the time. And those motors keep this building a little warm in the wintertime. So it works out year round. What do you think, pup? Go ahead and give it a night. Hopefully come morning, we'll have something. Let's go, wet dog. Got our first snake. Morning after the rain. Pulled up. Got a razor. Maybe a little rat snake. Snake up. Doesn't look to be venomous. Exactly what we want around the barn though. see if he'll put up with me. There you go. They're not evil. They don't want to hurt you. They just want to go off on their way. Probably up here just hunting frogs, hunting insects, maybe a mouse or two. Not bad size. Come on out. There you go. What do you think about that, huh? The snake? It's nothing to do with it. Alright. Beautiful markings, beautiful colors. Just trying to climb up on that grass. Watch that. That's what it's all about, guys. We'd definitely be doing something different if this was a copperhead or water moccasin, rattlesnake. I'm going to go ahead and just let this one go right now. He'll find his way back out there and he'll do his thing. Go find him. That is not what I was looking for. Not what I expected. Looks like there's a couple of them. Those are water snakes, which we don't typically find up here around the house. Down at the creek, yes. Looks like a couple of water snakes. Definitely putting the gloves on for these. Yeah, and that's why. They're aggressive, and they've got the sharpest teeth out there because typically they're eating aquatic species, so slippery fish, salamanders, and frogs. Man, oh man, and they're big. I see a lot of folks killing these things because they think that they are water monsters, but they're not. They're just smelly snakes. I imagine they're up here because of the rain, and once it dries out a bit, they'll go back down to the creek. But they really don't mean me any harm. What do you think, pup? They should not bite me, but other than a rattlesnake one time. Oh, check that out. There's a little frog inside of here too. It's like the most unlucky frog inside that cone. We'll let him go. Alright. Yeah, diamondback water snake. Let's see what they do. Pull on them. See if we can't get them out here. Whew. Big boys. Big little snakes. Where's that in there? Big little snakes. Don't strike me. I'm letting you go. Don't strike me. There you go. There's 3 of them in here. three water snakes. That's not typical. I'm gonna set him down and pull out this last one because you go ahead and take a look at this. His colorations are even prettier. Look at that. This same type of snake, 3 snakes in one trap. That's with an extender right here. I'll talk about that here at the end of this video. Most of the time you will not see me reach inside of a trap and grab them out like this. I got a feeling I'll be alright. So, here we go. He's me holding a diamondback water snake, and he's cooperating. See what it's all about, guys. Alright, this last big boy is just coiled up, kind of in a defensive mode. So, we're going to go ahead and see if we can't just And usually when you're winning, you give up, you quit while you're ahead. But we're gonna try this out. Give him a target. Let's see if he'll put up with me. If I haven't already noticed, or rather commented here, again, if you don't know your snakes, if you're not sure of what they are, or if they're the correct thing, if you have not positively ID'd these things, do not handle them. Really and truly, when it comes to wildlife, I'm trying to show you all these things. And unless there's a really good reason, an educational purpose, or I guess a really pretty girl that you're trying to impress, leave them alone, okay? His belly is full. Just leave them alone. Let them do their own thing. And that's the idea. So, I'm not squeezing him. And I'm really testing my luck here. Trying to get him to turn around for y'all one time. There you go. 3 snakes in one trap. Unexpected. But that's how it goes. I have a few more traps to check, and that'll be it for the first morning. Hopefully there's some more surprises. Neat. Alright. Okay. You go on. They went in the trap on the outside. This is something worth looking at, guys. This is a walking stick. So he's missing a leg. Happens out here in nature. Lose 4 or 5 more and you're just going to be a stick. And these things are amazing. Come across every once in a while. These South Texas creatures, and they grow big. Don't mean it's any harm. Just doing their thing. You come see this huck? Huckleberry, come look. You seen one of these? Look here. Hey, huck, look here. Not sure. Maybe wrapped in bacon. Alright. Try and take him off. Put him down. My favorite type of snake. These ones regularly live here in the barn, especially when we store hay in the barn. This is a rat snake or corn snake. At least a few of you probably have this type of snake as a pet because they sell them at the pet store because they're so docile. Though I have met a few that were a little cantankerous. So, every snake's different. See if we can't get him out of there. Pretty one. And usually out here we find them in pairs. So, this thing will eat all the rodents, take care of all the nasties, and typically, they're just super okay with humans. This is a full-grown specimen, so he hasn't really grown up around people. He's a lot more flighty than probably the one you've gotten to play with or seen at the store. See him twitching. That's pretty normal. Gorgeous, gorgeous snake. Very healthy, very happy. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and let him go. Right here in the barn. And he's off. That's what we like to see. Now, this is not a snake. We have a colony of these things living out here. Usually at nighttime, they'll come out. Any visitors we have usually get scared by them. There's two amphibians in there. There's a big frog. And there is an American toad. Grab him. American toads, they get eaten by a few things, but they are toxic. Or they create toxins and secrete them on their skin. So I'll wash my hands here in just a moment. This one's probably a male. He's not very big. They usually get up to the size of my hand, bigger, out here. And they'll inhabit holes about that big in the ground. And they'll guard them, so you'll look down in the hole and you'll see a big old toad head looking back out at you. But they love the gardens out here. They love the moisture. Oh, come here. Just kind of an old rough toad though. You're not getting harmed. Put him down. There you go. Like to see those. And a frog. He's still in there. Yep, he's still in there. Alright, little guy. These things will get up to about 6-7 inches as well. And they definitely need the moisture. As soon as that frog starts to dry out, she's starting to get a little tacky. They breathe through the skin. They do a lot of breathing through the skin. So you want to make sure that your frogs get the water they need. Otherwise they literally suffocate, which is not a good thing. Alright. Strapped in pretty well right here. Second catch of the day, first snake. At least in this location. This is something that's pretty common out here. This is a garter snake. These are the ones that just about everywhere. Oh, he's fast. Check that out. He's real fast. And also inside there, I can see a wolf spider. So that might be one of the reasons that he doesn't really want to be inside of there. I wouldn't want to be in there. Go ahead and pour him out. There he is. These things really don't mean us any harm. The ones all little kids play around with. Good little snakes. And quite a few of them running around. Just let him go. I think everybody's seen a garter snake before. Set the trap again. And wash my hands because they don't smell good now. That's a big snake. That's not a venomous snake. That's a big one. And he is pretty. This is one of the largest Coachwhips I've seen in quite some time. And that is gorgeous. I've run into a lot of Coachwhips here lately. Recently I got to see one beating the heck out of a rattlesnake and winning. These things are very strong. They do hold grudges. I don't want to ever really say that any snake is terribly aggressive or angry or vindictive, but Coachwhips seem to be on the list of species that have held grudges against me from time to time. I'm trying to keep his attention because he's eyeing the entrance of that cone like he knows a secret. But you can see he's coiling up aggressively. This is where I do something silly and try and handle him. So, huge Coachwhip. They don't get this big unless they're smart. So, let's see how this thing goes. Guess I'm feeling lucky-ish. Alright. Well, here we are. Shove them down just a little bit. With any snake, I don't just want to grab them, because once you start grabbing at them, once you start making fast movements, you definitely go on their radar as something that needs to be bitten. And so as much as possible, I can't touch him, as much as possible, I'm going to try and get him off of that level of thinking or instinct. Alright? He's been striking that cage, and he is so darn fast. There's a good chance that he's just going to dart as fast as he can away as soon as he gets the opportunity. That was a mistake. Look at the size. Look at the size here of this Coachwhip. He has not decided that I am the enemy just yet. Do a little bit of a twist. Want to make sure I'm not hurting him at all. I'm not his target yet, but probably pretty soon he'll figure that one out and determine I am. These things are amazing. I have not seen this snake around. A snake this large, this powerful, just hanging out here in the barn. See if we can't get close up. Get y'all a shot, because that is a beautiful, beautiful Coachwhip. If he'll hold with me for just a little bit longer, chances are, yep, he's targeted that camera system. This is better than I'm getting targeted by me. Come on, cameraman, get on up there. Take him off of me before he decides that I'm it. All right. At this point, it's time for me to put him down. He's getting tired of this, and that's about it. So let's let this guy go. All right. He understands that I'm here. He really doesn't want to mess with me. Sometimes they'll just kind of slither between your legs and take off. This one, well, he knows where he's going. Cool stuff. That trap location's been amazing thus far. We keep on setting it. The one that's right over here, about 15 foot, it was pushed out last night. So possum, raccoon, something moving through. These areas up against walls, creatures are moving back and forth. Their travels here and there. So you catch all kinds of things that'll fit inside the trap. And from time to time, your traps get disturbed. Set it again, see what else we catch. Alright, so checking these traps time after time, day after day. Notice after a while that they don't just catch snakes. Lots of creatures go in and out of the funnels. Lots of creatures follow these walls. So you can see right there, it's a big old grasshopper. So we're catching several of those. There's a big old spider in there as well. Now you can release these guys as long as they're not dying in there for no reason. Let them go here and there. But it might be one of the reasons that we catch more snakes, is that we get these grasshoppers inside of here, and then the snakes go inside to eat the grasshoppers. So we'll leave them in there for a while. I caught a cool day for a little bit, but on to the next trap. Let's go up. Definitely a snake right there. Very active snake. Coachwhip or ribbon snake, something like that. Let's see what we've got. He is moving fast, so I might not get very much time with him. So let's give this thing a try. Let's see how he does. What do you think, Huck? What do you think? store for us. That's a beautiful snake, look at that. He's doing his roll, trying to get loose. And he's a little aggressive. Hopefully y'all caught that. So, I'd stick back, pup. Right. So kind of the idea here, again, I'm not pressing down on him. He's upset. I know he's upset because his little tail is kind of rattling like a rattlesnake. A lot of these snakes do that. And they'll do so in order to kind of act threatening. So, you see right here, fairly harmless snake, but he's going to show aggression. He might be able to make somebody bleed, but that's about it. He's just trying to get away, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him down. Y'all ID this one for me, if y'all would. And let's see how fast he gets away. Alright, I'll show you the speed of these guys. Because somebody here recently said that snakes can't go as fast as a human can run. So let's see if it'll actually capture. Turn around and let him go. Yeah, pretty good. There we go. What do you think? Little guy. And a gecko. Check that out. He's missing his tail though. Might have had a rough time of it. Alright, let's see what we have. Right fast. Now I'm not sure what this snake is. And when I'm unsure, a lot of the juvenile snakes, they look different than when they get a little more mature. So I'm not going to handle him. I'm not going to just kill him outright. I'm going to put him back in here in the well house. He's too small to do much. He's not a rattlesnake. He looks like a little water snake, but I can't really tell. I don't know. Somebody probably does. Let me go ahead and put him back in here. There we go. You stay there. And then, let's see if our gecko stick around. There you go. There's your gecko. They're pretty awesome. They get pretty fat out here, living off insects. You find their little eggs all over the barn. Kind of cool. Guys, little creatures. See if I can't get them out for a moment without harming them. Yeah, I might not be qualified for this. Better with snakes. Here we go. There we go. So, there's your gecko. Pretty neat. And this is what a lot of the snakes like to eat. So, circle of life. Let's put them back in there into the well house. There he goes. Alright, this snake right here ought to look familiar. We released him just a while back. This is that bass snake. Now I'm showing you him once more because this is the third time we have caught him. Some of the snakes get inside traps multiple times. This morning though, he was around the side of the house. As we came up on the trap, he at the last moment found the entrance cone right here and just zoomed off. He was out of there. So some snakes will just systematically try and find the entrance or the exit until they do, and then they're gone. Some other snakes will just kind of coil up and give up. So if you, there he goes, just like that. So if you have something in there, a rattlesnake or really any sort of snake, and you're wanting to relocate them, don't just put this trap in your car, alright? Just because they're inside of here, it's knocking stuff over there. Just because they're inside of here doesn't mean they can't find their way out. So sometimes we'll shove a rag or a paper towel or something in there to make sure they stay until we have them somewhere else. So, good to know. guy. The younger version of that fast snake. Go ahead and let him open. Go. Thin as a whip, huh? There you are. Guys are always high strung. They're always moving. And pretty ready. Oh, he's got a soft little mouth. I don't know that he could. He just bit my hand. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Well, he's done. We'll let him keep on doing his thing. Bye. Here we go. Come on. Race. Had about enough of me. Coachwhip. Yeah, you got me to jump. All right. I flinched. This is going to be a Coachwhip. Aggressive snake. What do you think, Huck? No, nothing for it. Let's see what we got here. Look at that. Body language. So the snakes will tell you, they'll tell you real fast whether they're going to put up with you or not. So that's the deal. You notice my approach with different snakes. I try and let them go into my hand if they're aggressive at all. And I try to do all that I can to make sure that there's as much time in between them being out as possible, between them deciding that my face is the target. A lot of them will figure it out. He's just taking his time. And you saw him striking at the cage, but very quickly he calmed down. He knows I'm not hurting him. I'm just part of the scenery until I start irritating him. That's the idea. Get back, bud. You don't want to be a target. Right. This one will take you on. So, cool little guy. He's probably quite a bit of mice. We'll go ahead and let him go and show you once more. Very curious. Show y'all that they don't mean us any harm. So I moved my boot. He acted a little defensive right then. He's not chasing me. I've given him no reason to be angry. I'm not on the menu. It's not to say that I couldn't upset him and get him angry at me. It's very easy. But cool interactions. Well, group, this concludes another week of snake trapping down here in South Texas. Out of all the snakes that we've trapped over the course of a week and released, none of them were our venomous target species. No coral snakes, no copperheads, no rattlesnakes, which is very different from what we caught last year. It's upwards of a dozen small rattlesnakes all over those same areas, and some coral snakes. Now inside this box, this was not caught inside the trap, but rather outside of the barn about a week ago. I'm going to go ahead and show you what we come across regularly. Check it out. This is a rather agitated western diamondback rattlesnake. He's in defensive mode, as he should be, and I respect that. Go ahead and pull him out and show you him a little up close. Now ideally, you never have any reason to do this at all. If you live out in the country and you're snake trapping, even if you're not, chances are you're going to come across something like this, or you have already. If you're not prepared for it, if you're not trained, if you don't have the experience, find somebody that is. Call animal control. There's somebody out there that can help you out, because nothing is worth that thing biting you. And I speak from experience. Out there when you're doing this, as with all my videos, I want you to do these things ethically and legally. Snakes are not evil. Some just don't have a really good reason to be around humans, and they can do us a lot of harm. We do a lot of harm in their areas too. So guys, go outside, have fun, take care of the creatures, learn everything you can. Support scouting. Please like, subscribe, comment. Tell us what you think about all this. Your stories help me identify some of those snakes that I was a little iffy on. I appreciate that. And, as always, until next time. That's a wrap. Y'all be safe out there.